Hello YouTube, this is BBC's. Finally getting back to some of my boat projects. I kind of wanted to give you an update on some of the things that I'm doing. First of all, the little boat, I finished everything, got the motor running great, and this is the outcome. I sold it. It had a guy that really wanted it more than I did, and he looked like he was going to use it, and so I sold it, which gives me more time to put on the bigger boat project and get it started taken care of. First of all, I want to say thank you to all the people that have been watching my videos. Haven't had very many people subscribe, so if you do want to subscribe, please do. Feel free. Any questions or comments are more than welcome. I would love. Apparently, I've got some problems in this boat, and if you know anything about it, please give me a shout back and let me know what you've seen. First problem, I started cutting out a lot of this decking and the foam and getting out. And one of the problems that I ran into is this little section right here. This back here was where the gas tank was. And I've got all of that off, but this bulkhead was right here, basically closed off the gas tank. Well, if you can look back up in this area, I'm trying to find it, but this area right in here, you can see a hole. There's a hole on either side of that main stringer right there that goes up to the front. And there's a hole that ran in there. It was covered with fiberglass, so it encapsulated it, but the bulkhead just stopped it. Well, that was where all the rot started, was right up against this bulkhead. You can see all this back here is really rotten. All on that side is rotten, all the way back to this section back here. But from what I can see, there's a little bit of water that gets right in this area that's up underneath where the gas tank, and I'm sorry I got my wood and stuff right there. I can't get underneath that, but the water would stop right there and it would leach back up underneath there and rotted most of what was in there. And I've never seen that where it just stops right here at the middle of the boat. It would always tend to go back. So I don't know if that is a design failure or the guys that were doing this boat when they made it up just didn't do it the right way, and they just left it there. This is a custom craft. It's made in South Georgia, was made in South Georgia. I don't think they're in business anymore. But it kind of confounded me, and I ran into this little problem here. And you can see up at the front here, it's got a hole on either side of it. And then it was covered with fiberglass, this little cover right here. All it was, and you can tell it's wet. You can see the water dripping out of it. So that's pretty much the whole what it's been doing the whole life of the boat is nothing but water getting in there. When I started tearing this out, I pumped out about 25 to 30 gallons of water from underneath there. So that's 100 pounds or a couple hundred pounds or so of extra weight that this boat was carrying. So I'm hoping it'll go faster now that I get this done, but I'm not sure how I'm going to, if I'm going to try to make a channel through here when I redo the bulkheads. A couple of subscribers that I subscribe to, J Mink and Frisco Boater, have done some videos on this, but if anybody has have seen this happen before and know what I can do to change this, J Mink put pieces of pipe that he cut in half, PVC pipe, and put it in there to go back. But I can't go all the way back because my tank is going to go right back in that area. Now I have been trying to find a tank that fits back into this one. The original tank was so pitted I couldn't use it. It was just leaking out gas everywhere. They don't make that tank anymore that thin. So I don't know if I'm going to have to, I guess, either have one made, which I'm not really wanting to do, or I'm going to have to get a standard size, which is a little thicker up for the boat. But I don't know exactly how I'm going to run that back up to the area. I have been toying with the idea of right there where my sump pump is now to catch the rainwater, is to try to build me a little sump tank right there, so that any water coming from the front, coming from the front will leach under here and then get back to that tank where it can be pumped out. I just don't know at this point what I'm going to do with that yet, and I don't know what I'm going to end up doing back here in the back. Plans are, I don't want to go too much back up underneath here, but I might just cut it off flush with this little angle, this little bulkhead right here, and extend the battery compartment here, and this is the live well, maybe bring it out a little bit longer. But that's the two things that I'm doing. Got one little problem. Don't know if you can see it right underneath the driver console, underneath this alarm that's hanging down. I used my little sonic tool and got a little too carried away and did put a little scrape mark right through the hull. So I've got that to fix. Other than that, I've done pretty well with it. I'm taking it easy. Hopefully I can get this thing done soon. I've been trying to get this all cut out the best I can. I probably got another couple of days anyway, so I'm going to try to work on it this weekend and through next week, and try to get this all cut out so I can make some kind of a plan to how I'm going to do it. The gas tank is going to have to be first, because that's going to tell me I can't go back in with the same deck height. I'm going to have to be up a little bit higher, and I'm going to have to look and see how big of a tank I want to do versus have a tank that is out and maybe back underneath the little cubby hole back here, run a couple of 6-gallon tanks, or maybe a 12 or 18-gallon tank or something back up underneath there. So, and if I do that, then all this is going to be it'll all be foamed in. So if you have any ideas about any of the problems I have, please don't be afraid to leave a comment, subscribe, and hopefully I'll get this boat being done shortly. So until then, this is BBC signing off.